Hi everybody and welcome back to Riddick's Journey. Today's an awesome, wonderful day. We're just outside hanging out, waiting for Mom to get back from getting some food for us that was credited from one of our local fast food joints. So we're out here, we're chilling in the park, in the our little playground, our backyard. Riddick's swinging. Currently Winter though is not, as she is being punished because she likes to go into Daddy's dresser drawers and she literally rips every single thing out and she'll throw it on the floor. And so no matter how many times we tell her no, we show her no, you know, you might even swat her hand a little bit. She continues to do it over and over and over again. And she will do it within 30 seconds of you leaving the room. Because you leave the room, that's her way of getting you back in to do it. She's very attention seeking, and whether it's negative attention or good attention, she just wants it. And if it's even for 10 seconds that you leave the room, she will purposely go do it to get you back in. She's a clever little 2-year-old. She knows that as soon as she does something she's not supposed to, we will come back in. We have cameras in the room, so we see what's going on when we leave for a second. We are able to watch everything. She will find out any piece of plastic she can, as well as she is obsessed with it. So for her own protection, another reason why we have cameras to watch. But yeah, here we are. So if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, get them post notifications. Trying to reach, I don't know, 1,000 followers at the moment. Right now on Facebook, we're looking at close to 800. We like to get those numbers up too. So if you like what you see here, come follow us at Riddick's Journey on Facebook. The link is in the description. Hope to see you there. So in the meantime though, let's go see the stars of the show for now. There's little Miss Winter here. A little baddie. She's normally flipping out about not being in her swing, but I don't think she realizes right now that she's being punished. So she's just hanging out on her picnic table. But Mr. Riddick here, hey, leave your shoe on. I know, Daddy forgot to push you. Ready, and go. Sorry that you all keep seeing us outside on swings. Usually there's only one of us here, as I work a lot, and we don't get a lot of time to take out the kids together as a couple and a family. Though on days off, we're always trying to make sure we make time and we go outside or parks or wherever. It's really important, especially for young autistic kids, to get outside. They have a lot of pent-up energy that's built up, and even when they're tired, overtired, just, you know, they're ready to pass out at any moment, and they will seem like it's ready for the day. You know, they're ready for the day, they're ready to move, they're ready to go. And we go through this a lot. Last night was a good night. Riddick, we tried something different because usually he fights for hours, 3-4 sometimes at a time, to go to bed. So last night we shut the lights off about an hour prior to bed and just hung out in the dark with the TV on, watching their shows, and it has seemed to work. I think it took probably about only a half hour maybe for Riddick to fall asleep. Little Winter here, she's always good at falling asleep. She, hey, you got something on your foot, huh? You know, this is why you gotta wear your shoes. For those of you just joining and watching, Winter herself is autistic, and one of her sensory issues is that she hates having anything on her feet, shoes, socks. It's almost physically painful for her as she screams, cries until the socks are pulled off. Look at her hair. You can't even tell I did it. She hates her hair being brushed and done. Normally we get it up in pigtails, but Daddy just kind of rushed outside as these guys were full of energy and being little badasses, so to speak. But I'm going to set this camera down right now in a second because I'm going to put her up there. She's been punished enough for being a bad girl. I took her swing away for a short bit. Get brother here one more push though. What are you doing, baby? Look, she loves stacking things. So she uses the windowsill, the dressers, things like that, and she will stack up all her toys, and she does the ones that are similar or the ones that go together in like a collection or a set. She has many of these little dinosaurs here of all different colors. Riddick initially brought this out, but she's decided to stack it up here. She always turns the heads backwards on them though. It's kind of weird. She does it to everything too. Daddy push ya. And the sissy just chilling in the background. She's just all content. Man, it is beautiful outside today. It's not humid. There's a nice, comfortable, cool breeze. Yesterday it was like 70 degrees out, hot, humid, and sticky, you know, which is normally our later Vermont summer weather, not so much the spring. So today is definitely a nice, warm, welcomed change. The sun is nice and warm, and the breeze is nice and cool. Not too cold, perfect. Just enough to keep the mosquitoes away and the black flies. On your butt. You know better. Don't you do it. You want in your swing, you gotta be a good girl. She knows more than what she lets on. She does speak, though she only speaks a few words and she only talks to certain people. Daddy being one of them. She's a complete daddy's girl. Hey, say hi. Say cheese. Say cheese. Say hi to everybody. Say hey, YouTube. What? On your butt. Hey. On your butt. No. You gotta stop. You're fine. She gets mad and grunts and growls at you. Riddick usually just throws himself down and throws a huge hissy fit. End of the world for him for things if he doesn't have it. Like if I was to take him out of the swing right now, unless he got his fill of it, he would be over and done with it. So, but let's get Sissy going into this swing because I don't want to take it from her completely. It's something she really enjoys and I want to keep the routine. But at the same time, we're trying to show discipline to the kids, and it's so hard to discipline 2 and a 3-year-old autistic kid. Hey, no! She definitely knows what no means. She does know what both of them do. They know what we don't like and allow them to do and what they are. So, again, a lot of times autistic kids will take advantage of this, and they will use the things that they're not supposed to get that attention or to do things that they want to do or to get mommy and daddy to play with them, to pick them up, you know. So I'm just gonna set this down real quick. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on, big girl. Up and away. And watch your legs, okay? So there you have it, though. Now we got a complete happy girl, happy boy. Little drools. I don't know what it is. I wish we could do a little bit more with these guys, but it kind of gets stuck in this rut sometimes, where it's hard to get these guys to find something that they would like doing outside, just the same things over and over and over and over again. And it gets repetitive, you know, you watch the same shows, which is typical for a lot of people with toddlers where, you know, for example, Finding Dory right now is the thing that's in for these guys. However, Riddick for the last 3 years has been into Pokio, a Netflix series for children where there's a little boy named Pokio. There's a pink elephant named Ellie. Then you got Pato the duck and Lula the dog and Nina, his friend that he makes later on in the series. And each year in the series, the child is a year older, and they focus on different things that are milestones, key developments for children. It's fun, bright, colorful, educational. Like the background is a solid white in most cases, and then all the characters and things that they do are normal colors or shapes. Sometimes they're odd colors, but they'll do a lot of things like counting, sharing colors, being nice to somebody, being mean. They cover pretty much everything that a toddler that you would normally teach. we let them watch it, because as we teach themselves and as they do therapies, we also let them watch these shows too, because it further enforces and reinforces the values and things like that we're trying to instill into the kids, to be kind, gentle, and to share. That they, we're trying to teach them not to self-harm when things don't go their way, or we're trying to teach them to be patient, and that sometimes they can't always get what they want to have, and it's so tough, and it's so hard, and it's so frustrating. There's so many times where you get so angry that you want to pull your hair out. You get so angry as a parent that you just feel like you give up, and you're telling yourself, why me? I didn't sign up for this. Nobody signs up for it, and it's just something that happens, and it's just so hard to struggle and to try to grasp the concept that your child is autistic, and that for the rest of your life potentially that you're going to have to look out for them, which you as a parent would do anyways, but everything's intensified, everything is tripled, magnified, however you want to put it. So the things that you normally would take for granted every day and do either gets blown out of proportion to a point where you're doing it so much you can no longer even think about the subject. Or fears are the same way, you repetitively do everything, and like I've stressed enough more and more times before, and I can't stress it enough again, that like routine is paramount to like success. Every day the kids wake up, eat their breakfast, they come outside, and then they play, they go in, eat lunch, maybe have a drink, watch a little bit of the show, and then they go take a nap, and then afterwards it's right back outside again. So far the fresh air has been a really big help with us. They seem to not be as energetic once we're done playing outside and running around. I mean, there's still little balls of energy still, but it lessens it to a level to where it can be considered normal, I guess you could say. And today, actually, me and Angela were discussing, what is it at the age where do you consider a child not to be a toddler anymore? We've looked up online and Googled it. So we have like the Child Development Center, who also does the diagnosis for autism. They say that on the website that I was at, toddler ends at the age of 2, whereas other ones say that it ends at 3, and other ones say it ends at 4. And it's basically because we're discussing developmental, like Riddick this fall, he will be starting preschool, and he'll be learning to be with other kids who he doesn't know. He's going to be out of his comfort zone. So he'll go to preschool at a local school up here, the Head Start, and he'll start getting ready for his K through 12 grades. Of course, he will go to school a lot later into age than what most people will, probably till he's like 21 or 22. And then from there, I don't know. We've recently discovered that even though he's our child, at a certain age, he becomes an adult regardless of disability, and that we're going to actually have to file to be guardianships for them, because if not, the states, depending on where you are, can take your child, even as an adult, and put him into a home if you don't get granted that guardianship. Which to me, I feel like, what business is it theirs? If he's an adult and he's disabled and he requires a guardian or a payee or someone, a caretaker, why is it that the parents would have to apply for guardianship? Why do we have to apply to take care of somebody that we raised our whole life, who we saw through all the struggles and all through the good and the bad and things like that, for our children to take care of them, to continue to take care of them? Like, I can understand when it comes to a time where I'm old enough where I can't do it no more and I pass on. Maybe then, assisted living or group home and things like that for mentally challenged or disabled or autistic people and children, I feel like that a lot of cases, however, there is people that can't take care of themselves and they can't look out every day for themselves. But I have friends of mine, myself, who are doing well and they're autistic, but they live every day. They still do everyday things like that. They still take care of themselves. One guy I know, he travels literally the whole East Coast from Vermont to Florida. He's really into bus lines and interstates and things like that. And so basically, yeah, that's where we're at with that. But here, let me give you a little show more of the kids. Wow. Yeah, she's a happy girl now. See, she's being good. Sorry about the messages. I'm filming right now, and I told people to stop, but they are continuing to still message me regardless of what I ask them. I hate that disrespect sometimes that people have, or that lack of care to know, like, hey, when we're trying to do something to educate people, they don't take it seriously. And then this is one of those cases right now where my phone is getting blown up by somebody when I just told them that I am filming something for the kids for our YouTube channel, and that I would reply to them later and please not to respond now that I can't talk and that I am filming, of course. And 3 messages just went off right back to back from that person. And it's things like that right there. This is why I'm making these videos and stuff like that, because people need to take this serious. They need to take serious that this is something real. This is something that I'm trying to educate people on. This isn't just something that's in your mind. This is a real diagnosis. This is a real problem that the world faces with mental handicaps. You got closed-minded people out there who don't think that it's a real disease or a real concern of any kind, you know? You got those ones out there who think that autism is caused from immunization shots, things that people have been getting for centuries and stuff, you know? Autism has been around long before all those immunization shots and things like that, those, you know, I'm not saying there's no possibility that they cause them, but they're being so close-minded and looking for any excuse not to get their children immune. And now this is today why we have measles coming back. This is why we have mumps and pertussis and all that other stuff, things like that coming back that shouldn't be, because people used to vaccinate their children. You didn't see it. You saw those numbers decline, and now we got these new age generation kids having babies. Oh, we're putting this in our system, putting that in your system. Well, how do you think your body builds antibodies up? You build antibodies up from the dead cells from the viruses that cause you to get sick to begin with. So you're taking dead cells, yes, from a virus, yes, but they're no longer active. All they're doing is putting them in your system so that your body can duplicate those cells and fight it. And that way you don't get sick. Those shots aren't meant to hurt people. They're not out there causing autism in children. Like, if people thought that, scientists thought that, doctors thought that, you know, it would cause autism and severe things like that, you would think they would come up with another way to do it. They wouldn't offer it. The FDA wouldn't push it. They're not making money off of these vaccines that you're making, that you get when you're born up until whatever age, you know, your immunization shots. They might be making money a little bit, yes, off of the insurance companies, but that's not something that's coming out of our pockets. That's something that is required, you know. You're keeping yourself and other people safe. So please, if you guys are watching and you have a concern about immunizations causing autism, I implore you to please do your homework. Please look, check into it, look at the numbers, okay? Can't always go by Google. Everybody and anybody can post to Google. Just keep that in mind. Go to a reputable site, check out it, read up, and do your homework right. Okay, there's a lot to learn here. There's a lot that people who refuse to understand or can't see to understand, maybe you will learn and see something. And then there's this topic where I've also recently heard that the autism community isn't happy about the puzzle piece, the autism puzzle piece, which has been in like a symbol for autism since I think the 70s, maybe the early 80s, but it's supposed to represent a missing piece, like a missing puzzle piece. And right now the autism community is not feeling it. They're not upset. They're not happy about it. You got other people like Autism Speaks, which is making a bad name for everything that we've tried to work hard for educating people on autism. They're taking things to a whole different level that they shouldn't be taking it on. And they're abusing that symbol, and now it's no longer acceptable as a puzzle piece, because people like being a piece of a missing puzzle, because in people's eyes, or kids who are autistic, they're not missing a piece of the puzzle. They're perfect the way they are. There's nothing missing. Nothing missing whatsoever. The only thing that there is an issue is their body and their mind processes things differently. They can't express things the same as anybody else. That doesn't mean something's missing. Autism is a form of genius, and your body just can't comprehend, can't process it to express it and to get it out. They can't communicate very well because of it. That doesn't mean that pieces are missing. So now the new symbol that I've seen a lot that people are using is the infinity symbol, which I don't see any issue with. I don't see it as missing anything. It's just saying that basically the children and the people with autism and things like this are such related stuff. It's the things that they can do, things that they know, that, you know, their possibilities is infinite. There's no limit. There's no stopping point. Everything just keeps going. Every day is learning for them. Every day is new, you know, something new, a new experience, a new texture, a new smell, a new sense. And I think it's very fitting to use the infinity symbol. And I understand now, though, in the beginning I wasn't too open, because, you know, you're so used to seeing that same symbol that represents something, and the way things are these days where everybody's taking offense and changing things that's been in place for decades, sometimes centuries. People are twisting it around now to be something meaning negative and something that isn't good. And I think in a lot of cases, you know, not this one, but in a lot of cases, people just need to relax, okay? They're making more out of things than what it is. They're looking too deep at something that's not there. Just take it as it is. But we're going to end this video now, and I'm glad you guys joined us. So please like, comment, subscribe. Again, hit that bell if you're just joining us, and follow us on Facebook at Riddick's Journey. Link is in the description, and we will see you next time.